broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Woo! Hey everybody, welcome back to another amazing AfterBuzz TV after show for your favorite show, The Following. We're on season 3, episodes 12 and 13.
Yes.
We're almost done with this season. Be sure to follow us on AfterBuzzTV.com. You can check us out on SoundCloud as well, YouTube. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're everywhere.
Everything.
So be sure to subscribe to us, like us, comment on us, and do all that good stuff. But we're going to be talking about the 2 episodes, The Edge and Simple Trade tonight.
Yes.
I am your host, Shauno, and I'm joined here by my awesome and gracious co-host,
Michael Andrew. Hi. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Michael_Drew. Michael EAL. That's it.
and you can find me at Sean Austino on Twitter and Instagram. But let's go ahead and get started with these 2
So
episodes. We're going to have to pack everything into a 45-minute show tonight, but there's like so much that happened, right? We got like 7 topics.
Yeah, and that's why we had the intro song, right? No one bites the dust, because so many people bit the dust this episode.
Yeah, exactly. We had 7 people. Oh no, it's not 7. 7. That's too much. We had 5 people.
That's the cast.
Die.
Yeah.
In these last 2 episodes, we had Tom die. We got Mark dead. We got the caretaker Saul, this random dude in the theater, Mike and Penny. But we don't know if Mike's dead yet.
Please, hopefully you watch this episode if you're watching this show right now.
Yeah.
Because if so, you got spoiled the crap out of you right now.
Yeah.
So
Tons of spoilers.
sorry.
Yes, please. And that's the whole point of AfterBuzz TV, of our
Don't be
after
one of
show.
those guys.
So let's go ahead and talk about. We're going to start talking about the villains ganging up. So pretty much, even at the beginning of the episode, in episode 12, we got Daisy, Mook, aka Mark,
Mook. Mookie.
and then we have them meet Penny and Theo, and it's all because we had Daisy send that message, right?
Yeah.
Through that party website or whatever, party rental website, to contact Theo, and he ends up meeting them at the designated place.
It was such a cool, nice little villain team up. It was really awesome, and I like seeing the little friction between Theo and Mook.
And Mook,
Yeah, it was a nice little friction, but I liked how we saw. Well, actually, I was hoping to finally get some clarification as to why he left Daisy alive. Why Theo always left Daisy alone, and he didn't clarify. He was just like, "Hey, I just left you alive, so in case I need you."
Did he say in case I need you? I think he
Yeah.
just said to like get lost and like disappear, but she didn't disappear.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why? This guy is so good at cutting loose ends. Why? I would think that he left her alive for a master plan, and maybe he did. Maybe he had a master plan in play, but everything got rushed.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's Theo. But when it happened, it just seemed like he just let her. I'm still under the impression that he just let her live for no reason. Like, hey, I'm not going to kill you right now. And it just seems so out of character for him, considering everything that he's been through the last few episodes.
Well, I feel like a part of me does feel like that, but also I feel like she's a killer. He's a killer. They have a bond, right? Just like with his sister Penny.
True. That's
right?
a good. Okay.
And that's what they actually talked a lot about with the previous episode, or with episode 12, was that there's a connection with them, and the whole reason. And we got to hear that one killer from the episode before that, from episode 11, discuss.
Was it the Madman? Was his name Madman?
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he called himself Charon, the guy who ferried the souls across the river Styx.
The mirror guy,
yeah, the mirror guy. So he alluded to the connection between the two, and then we got to hear a little bit of an elaboration. I forgot exactly who elaborated. I think it may have been Michael Ealy's character Theo. He may have said she I think it was something like they had a connection. Like, she was a killer too.
Yeah.
Right? She was in the foster care system.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what she did, but they saved each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have what else happened? So they get together, and Mook actually wants to get right away. He wants to get at Mike.
Yeah, Mike's like this guy's so focused on Mike. It's like the number one. It's like his number one goal. And I love how Theo always plays this like he has to be in command. He's like, no, we'll do it when I say we do it. He's completely always trying to throw the alpha dog card on him.
He was the alpha male, that's for sure. And it's so funny because Mark is not an alpha. He's definitely a beta, but then Luke is an alpha, so he has to call upon Luke sometimes to get that personality out of him, to get that alpha presence in there. And he was doing it a lot in Theo's apartment.
Yeah, he's trying. Like he's doing his best to pull his own little Luke. You know, because every time he tries so hard to be Luke, he always falters in the end. He always becomes Mark. He always falls back. Like, well, okay. Like the moment you Daisy's about to give him some boot, he's like, and he puts his clothes back on and runs away. So, but he tries, and when he tries, it's a nice little head-to-head battle because I just the clashing works.
It does.
And seeing that whole 4-way team up, and then when they're in the snow later on, and they kill all of
yes, Eliza's people.
Yeah,
that was a great scene, and I thought, well, let me rephrase that. I thought it was a great scene from Theo's perspective. The other perspective, I'm like, henchman WTF, because these guys were all out there in their camouflage. How did they get snuck up upon? Right?
They look like elite soldiers, and they're getting killed by like Daisy. Daisy's rolling up on them with like a gun.
No, she just used a knife.
Yeah, she did.
Daisy stabbed the first guy with a silent kill, and then we get the other ones taken out by Mark and by Penny, and Theo's just there playing bait, like the main guy, and he does a cool thing. I was like, all right, that's not water in there, right? And
he's not thirsty no more? Why is he pouring it out?
Yeah, why would you bring water to that? It must have been a long hike.
Yeah.
So he pours the gasoline in there for later on to use as a distraction, which was actually a pretty cool distraction. I like that.
But why are you killing the henchman? If he's under the impression that they're going to meet up for a meeting, why kill the henchman already? Like, he just went in there killing them.
He knew that it was a trap. That was the whole point.
Kill first?
Yeah, well, he knew that he knew that Eliza wasn't going to be there. He knew he had to make himself look serious enough to be like, hey, you can't kill me. You can't kill me with these simple ploys. So I'm going to take what information I need from your guys. I'm going to take their phone, and I'm going to track you down somehow.
No, I mean, it worked. I liked it. I thought it was this was the same thing we said when we were watching it. We're like, they look really cool right now.
Yeah.
And after, I think the final guy he left alone, who had the cell phone
for a little bit.
Yeah, and when they all came out, when they all started walking through the snow, when Daisy and Mook and they're all walking through the snow, they finally started coming. It was like, well, I have my group with me, and they all just started walking up. That was a really cool scene.
The whole time, I'm just thinking about Batman Rogues Gallery, like his villains coming together and trying to get at him, and Ryan Hardy's Batman.
Cosign. I was right there with you. I was right there with you. It's like all the villains working together.
And they all have their own personalities, right? We got Theo. I don't know who he would be, but we got Two-Face. That's Mook. We got Daisy.
That is.
Yeah, Daisy could be perhaps maybe Poison Ivy, right?
Okay.
She could be.
And Penny would be Harley Quinn?
No, I wouldn't. You know what? Maybe.
Because she's insane and she loves killing.
No, but she wouldn't be Harley Quinn because we had the Joker, and the Joker was Joe Carroll, and he's gone.
That is true.
Dead. A figment of Ryan Hardy's imagination.
This is true.
Yes. But anyway, a big rogues gallery, pretty much analogous to Batman. It was kind of funny to see that.
It was. I thought it was really, really cool.
But anyway, was there anything else about just them ganging up in general that we wanted to talk about?
No, it was just cool. I liked. I love it when there's two characters who you don't think are gonna meet and they finally meet. Like I didn't know I wanted to see Theo and Mark square off a lot until I saw this episode, and I was like, wow, this is really cool.
And that was the first time they met.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. Daisy was scared of him already.
And Daisy's really scared of Theo.
Yes.
Like the whole episode, she's really afraid of this guy.
Yeah.
Like, thoroughly. Like, hey, listen. Like, every time Mark's about to make a move, like, look. He's going to murder both of us.
Yes.
And they're both cold-blooded killers.
They are.
Daisy.
How does your garden grow?
I know.
No, but anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Ryan capturing Penny. So near the end of the episode, he gets a hold of her. Was it near the end or like 2/3 of the way through the first episode?
Yeah.
All right, so he captures her and he brings her back to his place.
And an epic reveal. I knew because if you saw the trailer last week, you figure what was going to happen. He ends up catching her. But the way he caught her, when the whole 5 minutes, he's just like, yeah, I can't find her, guys. I'm going to look for her. And, I really thought he was going to look for her.
Yeah.
He had her the whole time.
He totally lied his ass off to the FBI.
He had her the whole time.
Ryan has taken a really dark turn in these last couple of episodes.
He really goes, pardon my French, but he goes apeshit this episode.
Yes,
he really goes insane. Like, he does everything to the point, man, when they end up in the bathroom, he goes crazy.
Yeah, he has her in his apartment, and obviously no one can hear her scream because he probably has his place like soundproofed and everything, right? So he takes her into his room first, his Joe Carroll hunting or Theo hunting room, and after that he says the whole strikes thing, and he can't do anything to her. He doesn't even hit her at all, right?
And you see him breaking.
He's breaking. She's breaking him.
Yeah.
And then he has to go outside and take a couple of swigs of that vodka.
That cool, sweet vodka.
Oh, man.
That sweet liquor. I said he'd be on brown liquor this episode. I was wrong.
And then he has Joe Carroll right in front of him telling him to shun everybody, don't deal with anybody else, just take her out because she doesn't respect him in this moment and he needs to get that information out of her. Joe Carroll is totally the devil on the shoulder in this case, right?
Him and Mark actually have a lot in common.
They do. They have that alter ego.
They're both two-faced in this episode.
Yeah.
And I like how they showed Ryan listening to Carol when Carol wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And you saw him, you can tell he was listening to an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
He would be looking over while he was interrogating Penny.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Penny's thinking like, hey, is this guy crazier than us?
She didn't say anything. Yeah, she didn't say anything. Come on, Penny.
So he brings her into the bathroom, right? And he read her file. He knows that she's afraid of drowning.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
So he does the G-rated waterboarding at first. Which we made fun of.
Yeah, like, come on. He has a towel, like, pulls on her face. Like,
I know, right?
This mass murderer, she's going to be so scared with this one.
But she did get scared when he just flicked some water droplets at her.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of a shock to her. And then he, later on, he takes even more vodka, gets more... he gets more liquid courage.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah,
as
liquid
Joe Carroll,
courage. Yeah,
as Joe Carroll put it, and he ends up slapping her too.
Yeah,
he's going out of control.
That slap. I know. That slap was kind of.
That was pretty bad.
It was like it wasn't even a wind up. It was so quick.
Yeah.
She said to him, he said, "Shut up!" Whap.
Yeah, he whacked her pretty good, and then he put her down for the actual waterboarding. He put that. Well, that was closer. I saw, what was that movie? Safe House with Denzel Washington. That was like the most genuine waterboarding I've ever seen in a movie. And so for the TV show, they probably couldn't go that far. But he put the towel over her face and he was just pouring the water all over her. It was a gallon of water?
Yeah.
Pitcher? He had something, right?
It would have been crazy if he was using vodka and drinking at the same time and pouring it on her.
Oh, man.
I'm like, wow. Like, yeah, it tastes so good. Just pouring it on her face.
That would be worse.
Like, geez, this guy's over the edge.
No,
He's
but
crazy.
He wants her to feel everything, though. He doesn't want to get her intoxicated.
I know, right?
All.
That's true. That's true. He could be helping her.
Yeah,
you're right.
So then he ends up getting a call, right, from Theo.
Yes.
And that's when he discovers that, okay, he's got Mike. We've got to do this trade, right? And during this whole time, let's actually talk about what's going on the other side of the phone with Tom.
Oh my God.
Tom is there, but let's talk about how he got to that point.
Oh, I want to talk about this so bad.
This whole season, everything that the writers have been doing has led up to Tom being the Achilles heel of the FBI, Joe Carroll / Theo task force.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's got the jealousy going on between Mike and Max. He had the laptop. He didn't report he had it. He broke it. They knew that it was somewhere in the FBI. They knew that there was a mole, but he's not really a mole.
He's not really a mole.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah, he's just a guy who he saw his girlfriend cheating on him and he was spying on her. Like they treat him like a complete villain this episode.
They did.
And when Max finds out, like she doesn't even really find out. She just sees a video of him looking perturbed.
Yes.
He's like, oh, wait a second. Oh, and then he starts walking a little
fast.
Like, yeah, and automatically she's like, uh-oh, he's the mole, and
That's
she
him.
completely switches sides.
Yes, she does.
He has been nothing. I mean, up till that point, to her,
yeah.
he's been nothing but a good boyfriend to her.
He has.
And she just completely abandoned ship the moment she sees a little piece. Oh my God, good Lord. What is she, like, it drove me insane.
Yeah. These whole past 3 episodes, including the last one where he accidentally kills Agent Sloan. Jeez.
Yeah, that made no, like, they really.
I wish I was here last week with you guys talking about his stupid mess that he put himself in.
It's just like, what? But I was like, man, did the writers hate that guy or something? They really made this guy look like he looked like such a schmuck this episode.
He did.
And when he finally dies, and Max, what's the thing? What does Max say? Oh, turns out he's a creep, huh?
Turns out.
Are you kidding? Like,
had no remorse for him at all.
No remorse. Like, you were dating him for the last year.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be kind of in love with him. Like,
yeah.
If you find out your boyfriend and you have a suspicion about him, aren't you at least going to try and talk to him? She snitches on him to the entire FBI.
It was too easy for them to demonize him.
Yeah.
Which was kind of sad. No one got to hear his side of the story. But then again, he had chances, right? He didn't have to kill Sloan. He could have said, okay, you know what? I know it looks
on purpose.
No, he didn't do it on purpose. But come on, why would you get so close to?
Yeah, that was. But why did Sloan pull out the gun?
And Sloan wouldn't kill him, right?
Why did she pull out the gun
to arrest him?
But she reads something on the papers like, wait a second. Oh, this is different. She immediately pulls out the gun. Aren't you at least gonna ask him?
Well, because he is an HRT guy, right? That's like the FBI SWAT, so he's dangerous too.
Yeah, but I don't know. But it's just it was just so crazy how she just completely abandoned ship on him. Completely. Doesn't even want to call him.
No.
You don't even want to ask your boyfriend. Like, if I've been dating you for a year,
Yeah.
if I found out my girl's doing that, I'm like, huh, it looks like my girl knows something. Because that's all it looks like. It just looks like he knows something. So let me ask her a few questions.
This is why she wouldn't do that, though, because then he would be onto her knowing that he's the, quote, mole, unquote.
But at least do some research. She just goes straight to the head of the FBI. Like, hey, he's the mole. The guy I've been dating is the mole.
Is that what she did? She went to Lisa Campbell, the new task force lady?
She just immediately tells her immediately when they're inside Ryan's apartment, I think, or going to Ryan's apartment.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's him. He's the mole.
He's the
like,
mole.
Geez. You just saw a video where he looked a little upset,
Yes.
and now he's the mole.
And that was the only proof that they had.
That's all she had.
Other than him, other than the story, obviously, that they're going to get from Mike. I wanted to say Iceman. From Mike.
Iceman.
Having a gun pointed at him by Tom and taking him to the place where they were going to kill him, pretty much.
Like, geez, Max. Like, I love me some Max, but she lost some points with me. Geez.
We did not. No one got to hear Tom's side of the story.
This guy got no remorse.
He got silenced.
He got nothing. No one's wondering why. Like, if you've been dating this guy for at least a year, don't you at least want to know why he's been a mole?
He had another opportunity when he had obviously Agent Sloan's body in his bathtub. What
does he do?
Which was stupid too.
Yeah, I'm not going to condone the guy. The guy made a lot of dumb decisions.
He did. And then we have Mook and Daisy come in. And they find the dead body, and it's another reason for them to blackmail him. So they say, okay, all right, you got to take this to the FBI headquarters and put it into their servers so that our fearless leader, Theo, can gain access to them again and get intel.
And if he's such a good, like, he's an FBI agent, why did he leave the body overnight inside the bathtub?
He's an idiot.
Why don't you just, if she's dead right there, wouldn't you hide the body right then and there, put her in the trunk of her car, get her out of there?
He didn't know what to do. How sick was it that the whole time he has a dead body at home, and then he goes over to Max's place, his girlfriend, and he tells her, oh, hey, you know what, can I borrow this book, whatever, la la. He's sweet talking to her. You want to get some coffee? And the whole reason he's there is to get the cameras so there's no proof that there was somebody spying.
Yeah, right? But here's another thing. Like, why get the camera? Like, that's not going to implicate him. Even if they find the cameras, it's not going to somehow go to him.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't make sense for him to do that. I guess it just wanted to show the lengths that he was going to be to cover up his tracks, pretty much. Yeah. But he still dropped something behind.
He dropped one of the cameras.
Yeah, he dropped one of the cameras behind the plants. So that whole scene actually
made no sense.
It didn't even need to be in there.
Yeah, it made no sense.
Yeah.
And then when he finally captures Mike, right?
Yeah, he did. He got him in the car.
And then I really thought this is the only time where I'm like, this guy's stupid. He was just gonna give him over. Like he was just ready to give him over.
Yeah. Unquestionably, he was going to give him.
You're not going to come up with a plan?
Yeah. Like,
the guy's in the car with you.
You're an FBI agent, your fellow guy. So what if he cheated on your girlfriend with, so what, dude? This guy is your team.
It's 2 versus 2.
Yes.
It's 2 on 2.
Yeah.
And one of them's a girl.
Exactly.
A girl
who likes to use knives.
Who likes to use knives, but it's like 5'1", has no muscle mass on her.
Yeah, but they're no match, or rather, Tom is no match because of his stupidity.
Oh my God! It's just what did I say? He went out like a real sucker this episode.
He did. He got acid thrown on his face. They
killed him just threw it in his face and just shot him.
Wow. Seriously, I'm sad to say that is a deserving death for him because he did so many mistakes. He could have turned it around. He could have teamed up right there in the last few minutes. He could have even pulled out his gun and shot both of them.
Yeah.
And then said, okay, hey, I saved you, Mike. Now let's go, be heroes. All right, I messed up. I killed Sloan on accident. I confessed to everything. Give me a pardon. I killed these two.
Yeah, and it's what I said, why doesn't he just frame them for the murder of Sloan?
He could have done that too.
I mean, if you're all in the room together, they're known murderers, just frame them.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you want to go to jail? You know they're killers. You know you didn't do it on purpose.
You know what? If I could see that playing out, if they if he had killed them right there in front of Mike and said, hey, I had to get you here. They were blackmailing me for spying, using the computer. But then Daisy and Mook came to my place and then they killed Sloan. Yes, I could have seen him doing that. We have Ryan Hardy and Mike Weston doing all this other vigilante stuff on the side. They get away with it. They executed Mark's mother last time. Mark and Luke's mother. What was her name? Miss Gray?
Yeah,
forgot her name.
I forget too.
Yeah, but they do all that. Yet Tom doesn't get away with it.
Tom, they made Tom look like a pansy, and he got such a wrong deal.
He got a bum rap.
He got a bum rap, and he's kind of like what he went through is kind of a multi-dimensional character.
Yes.
He's a good guy. He loves his lady. He's made a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like you cheated on him. He's only doing this because he saw you cheating on him, and his name doesn't even get cleared.
No, and that would have happened with the two villains. We could have had Daisy and Mark gotten killed. Their story would never be told. Tom would tell their story, make up a little tale. Maybe he's not good at spinning lies. He's just good at being quiet and being a moron. How about that?
Jeez, and Max is over here happy. when they find out Tom is dead, she doesn't give a damn.
She laughs. Her and Mike laugh and tell jokes about it.
No, but even when they first call her, and he's like, "But did they find where's Mike?"
That's right.
He's like, "No, it's Tom's. It's Tom's blood." Okay, what about Mike? Okay, good. I'm like, oh my God. So, I mean, not even an inkling of remorse.
Nope.
Dang, Max, you're just a lot more like Ryan Hardy than she thinks.
So when it gets to the next episode, they don't even mention Tom, really, do they?
No, they don't.
They do find his body, and then that was it.
That's it.
That was the end of it. And he's a mole. He was the mole.
He kind of was a creep, wasn't he?
Yeah. That was awful.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so Tom dies. Then we move on to the trade at the theater.
Guys, if you're online, let us know what you think about the Tom thing. I really want to know. Please, let us know. Hashtag ABTV the following. Let us know. I'm curious. You guys, please. I can't be the only one who thinks something's wrong with that.
It's bad.
It's like, come on. Is it right? Yeah, I'm not alone, right?
It's pretty funny that they had to have conceived this from the beginning of the season because
that's true.
It all happened from after they raided Mark's place, rather, and that was what, episode 2 or 3? So they put Tom in there to be this pansy who was going to get everything placed on him. I
mean, if anything, I would have liked to have seen more of a blow off between Mike and Tom.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see more instead of
Or even if he went down fighting, like they made a plan and then they went after the two, and then he got redeemed at the end, like at the last moment, like he was trying to shoot Mark and Daisy, and then he ended up getting killed.
Nope.
That would have been way better.
Not
or
Tom.
even then the acid thrown in his face and got shot, right? But he just went out there trying to grab the phone and he got thrown in the face with acid. God. Terrible.
And he's supposed to be one of the best. He's what kind of
He's
FBI agent is he?
HRT. Hostage rescue team for the FBI, which is like their SWAT. How could you not be thinking 2 steps ahead of your enemy?
He should be the best soldier there.
Yeah. But he was cowering like a little coward.
It frustrates me.
Terrible.
Tom. Come on, man.
So let's fast forward it a bit. So we get we know that this episode's got the trade going on. Ryan he was actively torturing Penny all night long. It looked like she was already asleep. He was falling asleep at the stool, right, in a drunken stupor, clearly, and then we have the FBI visiting his place because they found evidence at that scene, and we want to make sure that Ryan's okay. So there's 4 FBI agents come. One of them's Lisa, the new commander of the task force, and then we got Max there too. And they both come in. Ryan's in his underwear, walking around, which was hilarious. A great tactic for him to get them out, to just pretend that he's drunk and he was drunk all night or whatever and passed out. But when they leave, Max doubles back just to make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
And right away, he's already dragging her to the other room.
That was great. She's like, "What in the hell?" he's dragging like a body into the next room. Like, "Oh, hey, you getting back? Hey, what's up?" Yeah.
And then he convinces her to just help him out. Oh, because of this I don't even remember all the reasons, but he just somehow convinced her anyway to do it because they're the only ones that know. They're the only ones that can help Mike, the only ones that can make it so that he lives and he's not dead, right? Because she's only got one boyfriend left. So they decide that they have to get a couple of things. They have to get signal jammers, right? Because they know that Theo always uses electronics. Then they got to get encrypted radios so that no one can track their conversations.
They get fully prepared.
So they end up they divide up at this point, right? I forgot what Max ends up doing.
Yeah, Max does the phone call because remember he goes to the.
That's right.
He goes to HQ to steal the radios, and she does a phone call to distract
Agent Hammond in the technical room or what is that?
Yeah.
The equipment room.
Yeah. And then when he finally breaks through, he's like, "Hey, isn't this aisle 5? Oh, my bad."
Yeah.
It's good.
That was hilarious, actually.
He does good. He's good at playing drunk and disoriented.
Yes, and I really liked how when he walked out, he had nothing in his bag, seemingly. He probably put everything on his person. And then it's just the vodka bottle with a couple of files in there when Lisa checks it.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it's my sponsor calling me. I'm sorry."
It's like, "I'm breaking down. I can't focus. I can't sleep." And then as soon as he walks away, like he answers the phone, like, "Hey, what's up, Theo? Listen, it's
Theo,
going down."
Yeah. "We're going to do the trade. Got this?
Yeah.
I need proof of life." So they go out there. They start jamming the signals on the cameras. But Theo already set up the theater, which was kind of funky because what did he do other than stage that body there? Right?
Yeah,
what was the point of that body being there? Really, there was no point.
Yeah, between he wasn't supposed to die. The body wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to be killed.
Okay, so what was the caretaker's purpose then? He needed something from him. What did he need?
He said he had questions for him.
What kind of questions? What do you think he would be?
Probably property wise. Like where to come in, like where's the exits, any secret exits, secret entrances.
I see.
I'm guessing.
But Mark ended up killing him anyway.
So they tried to find a use for him.
Yes.
So I guess they used him as like a scare tactic, another body. Like, hey, we're not messing around.
Yeah, maybe to make them think that was Mike's body.
Yeah, we thought it was Mike, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We thought it was Mike on stage.
Then he brought Mike out. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It's a dummy. But I was like, I forgot he killed the guy.
Yeah, it was a weird exchange, I feel, because they both circled around, bantering with each other and talking about like, "Oh, I got this on you, I got that on you, right? Oh, Ryan, did Gwen check into that hotel because you fell off the wagon, ha ha." And then Ryan says a couple of good things too. He said you're trying to stay in the darkness, but there's no, you're just going from rock to rock, and there's no place else left to hide.
Theo really starts breaking down this episode. We really see his vulnerability. Like he's getting angry, he's punching walls.
And it's all because his sister is his weakness.
Yeah.
His family, he loved his family, but not to the extent that he loves Penny.
Yeah, Penny's his real family. We thought the fake family was his. I thought that was what Penny is to him. But Penny is clear. His sister's clearly the one that's his extension to the world.
Daisy was supposed to snipe Ryan and Mike on the stage, right? And you know what? That actually makes sense. It was perfect. That was the only setup, was that Daisy was there sniping them, and they were in light, right?
Yeah.
They were completely open to the attack, but they didn't count on Max being there, and Max totally stopped that from happening.
Yeah.
Penny and Theo are running away down this narrow hallway, right? One of the exits. And Penny doubles back because she wants to get revenge on Ryan in the moment.
Yeah. She's like, he tortured me. So she wants revenge. So she goes back after Ryan.
She was too impulsive.
And she gets
And
8 slugs in the back. Pop, pop, pop.
She got a bunch of bullets in her back, and we see Theo. Theo's a smarter one. You know, he's as torn up as he is. He's like, you know what? I can't do this right now.
Well, she's reckless. I mean, what? She's like, she likes heroin.
Yeah, she's impulsive.
She likes druggy boyfriends.
Yeah, she's definitely the impulsive one.
Drug binges.
And Theo is the thinker.
Yeah, he's the thinker. She's the crackhead. I mean, she likes crack houses.
They're kind of like the yin to each other's yang, right? He's the yin to her yang.
Yeah, she gives him. There's a reason he has to protect her.
Yeah, that's right.
If she was like him, there wouldn't need any protection. Their life would be awesome. They'd just be killing, and they'd probably be in like Tahiti.
Yeah, it's killing.
Like for real, they'd probably be killing in Tahiti, and no one will ever bother them.
Yeah.
But but she's insane, so he has to protect her.
So was there anything else about them?
Well,
Mark went rogue.
Yeah, Mark went rogue.
Let's talk about him. So Mark, which was this the episode prior? This was during this episode.
During
actually.
this episode, where they're in that big creepy. They keep finding these creepy areas.
This mansion looked like the mansion from the first season, where Joe's
followers.
cult, his followers were hanging out at.
Probably was the same set piece.
Yeah, they just took out all the furniture.
Yeah.
That staircase looked very familiar to me.
Yeah.
So he wants to kill Mike really badly, but then he gets a reason to because Mike escapes. Mm-hmm. Right? He headbutts Daisy. She falls over.
He gets her good too.
Yeah. He totally fooled her.
He fooled me. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. No, you know what? I had a feeling.
When she got close, when she was like, no, I said, okay, it's a setup.
I was like, he's going to sleep. He stopped breathing. He's going to sleep. That's it. He's not dying.
Like, what'd you say? She stuffed that big hunk of cloth in his mouth.
Yeah, it was really bad. I was I was imagining that in my mouth, and I was like, man, it's gonna be hard to breathe with that thing in there.
I mean, use your nose, breathe.
Yeah,
breathe.
But even if he was screaming, there'd be nobody to hear him because where are they? They're in the middle of nowhere in this damn mansion.
True.
Which they only used for housing him and then taking him over to this theater in the middle of urban New York.
And of course, in Westchester, right?
In Westchester.
And of course, the mansion was in Westchester. And when Mike's running away, trying to escape inside this mansion of horrors, of course, like a horror house, there's like these baby dolls.
Yes.
Right, these toy. I'm like, dang, jeez, come on, so really? Cliche.
Could you get any more cliche?
I know.
And then that's where the surprise happens, and he throws the bookshelf full of baby dolls onto Theo.
Yeah.
He gets distracted, of course, and then that's when Mark finds him. And Mark wants to kill him in that moment, right? But then we have Daisy shoot at him.
Yeah, because she's so afraid of Theo.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because he killed Strauss. Like, she didn't. I guess Strauss was just so invincible to her.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's a teacher, he's invincible, and then he just goes and he kills him like mercilessly. Very bad.
Without mercy.
He kills him in a very bad way, and right in front of her, and it like traumatizes her. And she's kind of, I'm starting to think that this killing life isn't for her. Like, she does it, but I don't know if she's really a killer. No, she's just a lost little girl.
She's just a stabber.
She's a stabber. She just likes stabbing.
She likes stabbing people. She likes to get choked and asphyxiated too, especially during intercourse.
I think she just likes, to cut people. She'll be cool with just slicing you and you not dying.
Yeah.
She just did the whole killing thing just to make, just to fit in with the crowd.
Just like razor your biceps. Yeah. Would you be okay with that?
I mean, it wouldn't bother me. I mean, whatever. Like, hey, okay.
So she shoots at Mark. And he's surprised, right? He turns around at her. He's like gaping mouth open, and he just runs off eventually because she keeps shooting at him.
I know. She really tried to kill him.
Yeah, because she didn't want to die. She wanted to keep Mike for the trade to appease Theo for later on. Anyway, so fast forward to the end of the episode. That's when Mark comes back during the little kissy scene.
That scene really made me sick. Max and Mike. I didn't like it.
The second ask of the kiss made you sick, right?
Well, just the fact that they're just so like, hey, we can be together now. Like, her boyfriend who she trusted
For a year.
just died, and she's like, all right, hey, it turns out he's a creep. Anyway, I love you. It's like, what the hell just happened?
You know what I thought was there was a bomb in the car.
Yeah,
and
you did call that. You said car bomb.
Yeah, and then when Mike would walk away, the car would explode. But no one has a bomb for their MO, so I was like, all right, it's not going to happen. But some other surprise cropped up, which was Mark being behind Mike, and he totally stabbity stab twice. Was it 3 times?
It was like 4 times.
4 times.
It was a long knife.
That was a long dagger right in his back. It was like a pike, that thing was. So he stabbed him.
That's what you get for being happy that Tom's gone. for stealing Tom's girl.
You terrible lovers.
You jerk.
So
like, jeez.
So he falls down, and then we have Mark try to take. I want to say Daisy. Take Max out of the car, and he's going to kill her next. Bang, bang, bang. He gets shot by Mike, who's still alive on the ground. I guess getting stabbed doesn't kill you very quickly. So
his arms are still working, apparently.
Yeah, and he's bleeding out a lot. We have Max call the paramedics, and it looked like Mark was still alive too a little bit at the end, but he probably drifted off. And I thought that was very poetic that they both wanted to kill each other, and then they just did end up killing each other.
They really did have a mad on for each other.
Yeah.
Like when he first sees Mike this episode, or I think it was maybe the first of the 2 hours, and he's like, "Hey, I'll take these off right now. If we can do this.
Yeah.
Like I'll take off these handcuffs or the hand wraps right now.
Right.
Like they're just ready. They were both ready to just go.
But Mark was smarter.
Yeah.
And he knew that he didn't want to kill him right there. He wanted to torture him.
Probably.
Before he killed him.
He's probably a little scared of him.
And then they threw acid in Tom's face.
They did throw acid in Tom's face.
But getting back to the matter at hand, at the end of episode 13, we're not sure, really, if Mike is dead or not. He's bleeding out. The paramedics are supposedly coming, right? We probably hear sirens in the background. But he's not... We didn't see the finality of it. We didn't see him actually die.
Yeah, I don't think he's done.
So we don't know if he's dead or not.
Yeah.
All those people I listed off, we got a lot of people dead.
How many?
But we had 4, right? We had Tom. Saul, which was the caretaker.
Saul, the car caretaker.
We had Tom die. We had Penny die. And Mark die. Because there's no way those paramedics are going to revive that guy.
Done.
Yeah, he's pretty much already died. How many times, right?
Yeah. I mean, kudos. I can't believe he made it to the end of this season.
Yeah.
Really, right? I didn't think he'd make it to the end of this season.
Yeah.
He made it all the way to the end.
He did. I thought that Strauss was going to make it all the way to the end.
I thought that was a good surprise. Because you didn't expect that. When he did that to Strauss, that was a nice bait and switch. You think Strauss is going to be the main villain for so long?
Yep.
Then in comes Theo and just steals the thunder.
Yep. That was amazing. But let's go ahead and wrap it up with Eliza. Let's talk about her for a minute, because she didn't really have that much to do with much of these episodes, except that she was a motivator for Theo to try to do something. He's trying to get out of the country. He's trying, and he offers to her, "Hey, I'm going to kill Ryan Hardy, who's a thorn in everybody's side, in every criminal syndicate's side."
Yeah. I just find it so crazy how it gets so super villainy when they're just so okay with their henchmen getting killed. You know, like he murders all her henchmen, and she's like, "Oh, I like your style. Let's have a conversation now." I'm like, what the hell? Like, you got meant to just like throw away like that?
That whole house party was very Eyes Wide Shut / super villainy style
/ hostile.
/ hostile a little bit, yeah, because they were cutting people up in the rooms. One guy was choking the girl.
Chainsaw.
Yeah, chainsaw the other guy.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was very Eyes Wide Shut to me, and then we have them discuss like, "Oh, what are you going to offer me? What are you going to do? Are you really this powerful where you can get me out of the country and keep all the Interpol and other agencies off of me?" And she offers it, but he has to jump through some hoops to do so. And we see them at the end, that last conversation in episode 13. We don't know if she's going to help him out because he has to kill Hardy first, right?
Do you think she was just a plot device? Do you think she's I was under the impression that they're just setting it up so after Theo, she's the next big villain.
But what? It just doesn't make any sense to me for them to do that, especially with the show being canceled. Yeah. Right. So we're actually going to...
we'll talk about that in a bit.
We'll talk about that during our news and gossip, and we're actually going to head into that right about now.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
Excellent. So before we move into our news and gossip, I wanted to talk about some comments from our fans.
Yes.
So we had Ricky Ra on our YouTube channel commented, "I love Michael Ealy being so creepy."
Yes.
Great. Yeah. So he did look very creepy in the previous episode. You know, he, especially like in his mask, and pulling that knife from the driver in the.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
When he did that, he just did so cold, and I'm sure that's this is the episode that they're referring to.
Yeah.
Anyway, Walshy 1009 commented saying, "Too bad Fox canceled the following today. I'm still upset about it." And that was last week when he mentioned this. Yeah, and I have mixed feelings about it, honestly, because if it's going to be canceled, I think it was the right time because Joe Carroll is dead.
That's what a lot of people are saying. That's what I mean. Pegga said the same thing, even though Pegga's not here today. But Pegga said the same thing last week through Twitter.
Yeah, he did. He made the show. Honestly,
I mean, he's the original. It's his following. Like,
yes.
The whole show is about his following, and the whole banter between him and Ryan Hardy. It really is the catalyst. Like, you can't have Batman without Joker.
Yep.
If the Joker's dead, every Batman. Man, we love these Batman analogies, but
every Batman villain's gonna
it's like Two-Face is cool, but you're still waiting for the return. But once he's dead, he's dead.
Yeah.
Unless he comes back, like we were saying before.
And you know what? I noticed one thing about Joe Carroll and in the hallucinations now. It's that they're doing the same thing that they did at the beginning of the season. Was you get a taste of him, and then you get him to talk a little bit more and a little bit more. So each episode, he's like there just a little bit more, right? Last episode, he wasn't there for very long. And he was just like nodding. He wouldn't say anything, maybe. He would appear. But then these two episodes we watched tonight, he was there a lot. And he would be saying things here and there. And at the end of the episode, it seemed like he nodded like, was it a goodbye? Did you get that?
I got that it was Ryan acknowledging to himself that he's done with Joe. I thought it looked like Joe was just like, you're your own man now.
You've beaten me, Ryan.
Yeah, you've beaten me. Kudos to you. Like, like a tip of the hat. It was fun while it lasted. Like, it was the real gogoodbye.
I thought it was kind of, I don't know. It just felt too easy. You can't get rid of me that easily, Ryan.
Well, I mean, the baby. We didn't even get a chance to rant about Gwen.
Oh man, no. Let's broach that for a minute. All right. So Gwen, she totally revealed to Ryan that she's pregnant now.
I can't stand. What is the lack of empathy from these couples, man? I can't stand how she was like, you hung up on me because you hung up on me today.
Stakeout.
He's an FBI agent chasing a murderer.
Yeah.
What is he supposed like? It's like she just doesn't get it.
Yeah. She wants him to
crazy.
She wants him to quit the FBI and stop chasing Theo. Oh, there'll be another Theo. What's going to happen after that? It's Joe and then Strauss and then Theo.
Work at a supermarket? Like, you can't. What's he going to do?
He should just teach university courses. That's what he should be doing. Or
he'll really be Joe Carroll then.
He should. Yeah.
He'll really.
He should just teach at Quantico, really, honestly. Yeah. But last comment I want to mention from one of our fans is Ron Vidal. Ron said, "Who knew working in the reception desk of a motel could be so deadly?" And you know what was funny about that guy who got axed by the Charon guy or the mirror murderer was, I thought that guy would be the killer, the receptionist.
He did look kind of creepy.
Yeah, he looked creepy. And they showed him like twice when he was just like, oh, hey, yeah, stuff here. I felt like he could have been setting him up in the room and then he would have the key card and be the killer or something like that. That's what I kind of felt like. I don't
know. That's not bad.
Yeah, that was my thought process about it. But let's actually talk about what we saw at the teaser at the end of the episode, which was, it said season finale. Right? Am I right, Michael? It didn't look like... It did say
season finale.
Yeah, it didn't say series finale. So I'm thinking two things. Fox could be, even though they're not renewing it for next season, who knows, maybe in a year or two they could bring it back, right? It's possible. There have been shows that have done that. Mm-hmm. And number two, what if it's picked up by Netflix?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not going to go with Netflix, but I'm thinking another network, because you see that more often nowadays. Like, specifically in the last couple of years, I've seen more shows die on one network and then make it on another network.
Yeah.
I mean, it could end up on FX, even though it's not really an FX type show, but it can make it.
It could be. You know what? If it was an FX type show,
a lot more gritty.
It would be better because it would be more gritty. They could show more gore, have more foul language, which would be very appropriate for this show.
It would. It'd be a callback to the first season.
Yeah.
And and like I didn't get a chance to say, but I kind of saw it coming. The cancellation, because I thought the first season was so good.
Yeah.
The second season, I felt the second season dropped off a bit. And this season, it picked it back up.
It did.
But I think maybe it lost too many. I think maybe the following lost too many followers.
Yeah, I agree.
And, and there's some wonky, because there are too many WTF moments, and I think sometimes it kind of throws you off. And I kind of felt the cancellation coming.
Okay, well, let's actually move into our predictions.
Okay, let's go.
And now,
got a good one.
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So, I feel like Theo's gonna live, and Daisy's gonna die. Theo's gonna live, so he may get away, or perhaps he'll be in jail or prison.
I think, here's where I'm going to go. Daisy is going to become the new Penny to Theo. Because what did Theo say to Daisy at the end? You stay as long as I tell you to stay. I think he needs...
When I choose to let go of you.
Yeah, when I choose to let go of you. So I think he needs someone to hold on to.
He needs a partner.
Yeah.
He needs a follower.
Yeah, maybe. And I think Penny... He's trying to replace Penny right now. Or he's grieving, he doesn't know how to deal with it, and Daisy's there. And I think he's going to latch on to her. And maybe Daisy kills Theo.
Ooh, that would be interesting if that happened.
Because they play up her being so afraid of him, and now he's going to hold on to her. Maybe something happens where she's the one that... She does something that is going to lead to his demise.
That would be
on purpose.
That would be interesting if that happened. I can't quite see it happening though, but hey, you never know. The writers could surprise us, and I really hope this show finishes with a bang, because it did. They could have ended it at Evermore.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Do you think they're going to end it with because now that it's a series finale, because technically they finished filming it before it got canceled.
Yes.
So are they going to end it on a cliffhanger?
I feel like, and I commented at some of our fans about this. I feel like it's going to be a very ambiguous ending. It's not going to be. It's going to be one of those where it wraps up some things, but other things are left undone or uncompleted. Like Theo, he could be in the wind, or he could be in jail. But either way, it's not really finished because he's not dead.
Well, a lot of times these shows have an idea of when it's going to end beforehand, or they're under the impression that, like, what, we don't know if we're getting renewed yet. So sometimes they end it with a, like you said, an ambiguous ending where it can end right there, but it's still open enough to come back for the next season. So it could be something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think that about does it for us here at AfterBuzz TV's The Following After Show, and we enjoyed this episode despite some of the things that we were saying about the Tom and all that. But we still want you to give us a follow. You guys can give me a follow at Sean Austin O on Twitter and Instagram. That's SeanAustino.
Hey, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Micheal_Drew. That's Michael EAL. And, say hi and let me know what you think about Tom. Because it's the whole scene. Him and Gwen, they frustrate me the most.
And we wanted to thank our engineer producing the show for us, Jonathan, in the booth.
Jonathan.
And we miss Pega Rad tonight at Pega Rad. Go ahead and give her a follow. She had some awesome gig that she had to do tonight, so congratulations to you. And to our fans, we'll be buzzing with you next week on our finale for The Following.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.